No, 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 no. This costs a fortune. No. I have asparagus. I have some wild asparagus that I bought today. And it's expensive. It's like a treasure thing, but oh, check this one out. $3. But yeah, this is what I do in April and in May. If it's still available, I buy asparagus all the time. No, no, don't eat it. It's not for you. Yeah, not even the only $3 that I spent today, because I also bought a melon imported from somewhere. It was also $3, but the whole melon. Normally, I wait until like August when the local ones are available. But because I have so this autumn, this last autumn, I saw some melons at the shop that I hadn't previously seen, like this specific type in here, and I was like, ooh, I want to buy them. But at that time when I saw it, I couldn't do that because I had bought a lot of shit already, and I couldn't have carried it. So I decided to come back the next day, and they were not available, and I'm like, I still want that melon. And it was like the end of October, and yeah, after that there were no melons. And this is kind of very similar type, so I decided to get it, and it's good. It's good. I'm having the kind of like the best day ever. I don't know why. I woke up and I was like, ooh, like my brain made a ton of different connections today. Like I understand everything now, and I not everything, but like quite a lot of things that I've been thinking about. They finally kind of came together, and now I have conclusions. But what's in my eye? Yeah, crap. There is something in my eye. Hopefully, there is nothing in my eye anymore. Yeah, I think I want to use this opportunity to talk about pretty much everything. Um, Yesterday, I got a call from my gynecologist, and she was like, "Oh, you need to come here. We need to talk." Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm gonna come." And then yesterday, fucking whole day long, I was. Oh, I needed, yeah, crap. Well, if anyone is watching, trigger warning. I mean, I'm gonna put some trigger warnings in the description and everything, but yeah, like trigger warning, like kind of like body stuff, health stuff, and like, the opposite of life stuff. um, so yeah, the what is it? I'm trying to come up with a metaphor for that because I don't want to use the one that everyone uses. It's a bit boring. So like the opposite of birth or something. Yeah. So if anyone is watching and you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Um, yeah. So yesterday, the whole day long, I was just tipping into daydreaming about dying. And like within seconds I would be in those fantasies. And when I say daydreaming and when I say fantasies, I mean it is a very kind of like pleasant and positive experience for me. So so that's why I want to talk about the term is suicidal ideation, and I want to talk about it and like the perception of death and everything, um, or like life, and also yeah, I have some updates so on the gynecology situation because today I went to the hospital and crap, there was still something in my eye. Um, Yeah, it was very funny because the previous time when I was there, so I came with some symptoms and I came with some kind of research done. So like, oh, could be this, could be that. So maybe you could do this and you could do that, or maybe you can like tell me something. And they're like, oh, these patients there. They're just like reading things online. Like, no, none of it can happen. Like, what are you even talking about? Why are you saying these words? Well, because like because they don't belong to you and anyone can say them. Yeah, so yeah, today when I came in, the doctors they had like long faces and they were like, we need to talk. And I was like, okay, yeah, tell me what it is. Come on. And they are just they're doing the social dance of I don't know, like everything is good, but something is bad. So yeah, we need to sugarcoat it first. It's not that bad. It's I didn't Google the English terminology for it. It's maybe I should do that because no, I cannot do anything. Could have guessed because it's like Latin. So it's like I forgot everything. It's like glandular hyperplasia of the endometrium with like atypical cell formation or something like this. And what it means essentially is that so the glands in the endometrium they start kind of forming bundles or something, and there are too many, like there's too much of that tissue instead of some other tissue that should be there, and the cells that are a part of the endometrium and I guess of those glands, they have like atypical patterns of like cells divide and then the cells, oh, there is a fat cat. You're fat. um and like what do they do? Connect. Let's say connect. Oh, I need to update my knowledge of biology if I'm to talk about it, huh? Um, so some stuff is happening there, and this is so because of the atypical kind of like cell situation there. This is like a risk factor in developing cancer of the endometrium, and there are several options that patients are offered. Uh, but first, fucking patients are offered dumb lectures. Let me get some melon. Melon is better than that. So, like, the surgical option is to remove the uterus and the cervix. Um, and the kind of like they call it conservative conservative treatment. So the treatment that does not involve surgery is like hormonal injections or like taking hormonal pills essentially. Um, and once I managed to get some information like from the doctors, and it was like it is a struggle. Uh, the relevant information. For now, I'm settling on like taking pills, and then in about 2 kind of months, they will take my money again, and some people are gonna look at that stuff under the microscope again, and then we'll see. Um, so I wanted to I wanted to mention like communication, because it's just so impossible. Like, I have objectives as a patient, as a person there who came there. Like, I'm there to get some stuff. It's like I'm there to buy asparagus, and they are telling me some shit. They're not the price of the asparagus. And you're selling asparagus. Why are you talking about nonsense? So yeah, it was a bit of a kind of like a fight. Uh, Not a big one, but kind of like you have to kind of overcome some kind of resistance for the doctors to like give you the price of the options, because like yeah, I need to know the price, and like the surgery is fucking expensive, and I don't currently have that money, and even if I did, this is not what I want to spend it on. I want to like buy asparagus and travel and shit like that. So I'm like, and then also like it's spending a few days at the hospital. So I will have to make some arrangements for the cats and for my hamster. And then probably I didn't ask about that, and I forgot. Yeah, like it's summer, it's spring, and then it's gonna be summer, and then it's gonna be like early autumn, and it's the hiking season. And like, I need to no, I want to climb. So like I don't want to do that, and they were very happy that I don't really want to do that, but they kind of. Uh, they're trying to push you in a certain direction with their like limited information output. Mm. So yeah, I managed to get the information that I need, which is like, what does this surgery entail? Like, what is the price? Because you're not gonna pay for it. It's my responsibility. I need to see if I am capable of doing that. Like, if I can afford it, and like not really, I have to like do something about it to do that. Um, and then even if like okay, money is the first thing, so I will have to like, I don't know. I will have to do something about it. And then, yeah, just like taking days off and like arranging stuff. And also, no one is gonna like bring me food there and or whatever, like whatever people need when they're in a hospital. So I will have to somehow arrange it all for myself. And it's a consideration that I need to kind of it's something that I need to consider, because it's gonna be me in there, and it's so impossible to get there. And then yeah, the hormonal injections. There is kind of a bunch of like possible complications and reactions, which you cannot really like do anything about, because once it's in your system, it's gonna be there for a few months. And also, you need to like pay beforehand for some kind of like analysis done, like no, like no, what are the words? So there's some testing. Yeah, they need to run some tests on you for the kind of the veins and the hormones. They can affect that, and some other things with like blood coagulation and shit like that. And then yeah, the side effects of hormones. And then yeah, the third option was the pills. The pills now, which are much cheaper than everything else, still come with some possible side effects. So I'm like, we'll see what it's gonna do. And then yeah, then like come back, and we will send the material to the lab again. So to get all of this, which is highly relevant information, and no, they start with like well, children, fucking children. Well, like, it's, if the woman is that, then and she wants the child, and then if she's that age, and if she has had children, and she, there is no woman there. There is just me. There is no need to run fucking statistical analysis and give me percentages of like the average, the bell curve thing. You're not like you're not giving a lecture. I'm there. Like you can you the only reason for you to kind of like use and address the bell curve and like talk about like what is done in this and that situation, it's if you don't have actual data. When you have actual data, I'm here. Like you can ask me what are my concerns. But yeah, no, so I got lectures about like childbirth and like how women who have and who haven't and like blah blah blah, and then like um sexual life and like sensitivity. And I'm, what are you fucking talking about? Tell me about the money. What are you fucking talking about? And like one aspect that I found especially funny, so I'm trying to stop them because it's taking time, and like they will feel that they're done, but I haven't had my answers. uh, so I'm trying to, yeah, like, okay, thank you, but can you answer my questions? And they're like, well, you're saying this now. I'm not saying anything. First of all, I'm asking you to answer my fucking questions. But like, well, now, like, in your home country, you don't know where I'm from. First of all, like there is this difficult situation, but everything is gonna change, uh, and then you're gonna go back, and like your life is gonna change to the better, and like you're gonna start like wanting this stuff, and like everything is gonna happen, and then I fucking hate communication. It's like it's so insane. Like I'm standing there, I'm right in front of them, and I have the information about me. Like all the information. I have 100% of information about me. And I'm forced to listen to something that like just does not apply to me, and they wouldn't stop. So I'm not waiting to go back. I'm here on purpose. I cut all the ties with that place. Like I sold everything I had, which wasn't much. I shipped everything else here. Like I used the postal service. I bought a crap apartment here. I'm studying the language to get the passport here. Like all of my efforts are about staying here. This is the outcome that I want. And that place is not like, even without your fucking childbearing talk for no fucking reason. It's where I'm leaving from. I'm It's like you're fucking climbing out of like a sewage fucking hole, and you're like, okay, for 20 years you're trying to climb out of there, and finally you make it to like the top of it, and you're breathing out. Okay, finally, like I can see some like the sun and like some clear air instead of like the sewage pipes. And then somebody comes up to you and like, oh, don't you worry, like you're gonna go back in like in no time, and you will have. Why are you doing it? Yeah, the fucking children. Yeah, like fuck your children. I'm gonna eat your children for breakfast. Oh, crap! It's like, who are you talking to? And like, like I really wonder, like, do the people realize how completely batshit crazy it sounds to me? Like, it sounds to the person who actually has the information, and they would not be like, they will not be convinced. I really, like, I really don't understand. I think it's this common misinterpretation of the way the bell curve of the statistical thing works. It's like, the graph literally shows you that, like, this is how it's, you know. So there was this number of people, yeah, and like, like this many people are like doing this more people are doing this, and this again, like a smaller number of people are doing that. So I think people interpret it as like everyone is doing what's in the middle. And no, it's just like your chance of encountering a person who is doing something that is in the middle of the bell curve is a bit higher than encountering a person that is doing something else, or like exhibiting something else. But it's not impossible. And if the person is at those ends, they know that they're there. So you have to be, oh, okay, I don't need to use that. The statistical data is only useful when you're completely blind in the matters of like access to information, to actual information. So you don't know, and this is your best guess. This is what statistics is for. And it's usually used on populations, not on individuals, when it's like done normally, not in the, like, people, individual people. And it just sounds insane. Yeah, like, let's say most people want to, like many people want to go like back to wherever they came from. Like, many doesn't mean all. So I'm here. Fucking crazy. Yeah, communication is really interesting. But oh crap. Yeah, so I'm a bit yesterday I was daydreaming all day long about like, what if they're gonna give me like 3 months to live? 3 months is not good enough, because like I want August. Before I go, I want August. Like 5 months to live. And I'm starting, like, and I would start planning these 5 months and just like completely lost in this fantasy. I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. Um Maybe I will have to do that, but difficult. But what about this difficulty? I will have to. It's like this planning, and then like 5 minutes, and I'm like, "The fuck are you doing? Like, stop!" But it's so difficult. Just like it's, I'm drawn in that direction so heavily. And yet today was like a bummer, a bummer. So it's this like inconclusive kind of thing. It's not a gun pointed at your face. It's just could be this, could be that, like risk here, risk there, like complications here. Still energized me, because I'm like, okay, let's solve this puzzle. Let's get more information and consider all of this. I'm like, oh, okay, let's choose something. And that still energized me, in a way. But yeah, because I wanted to use this opportunity to talk about suicide and suicidal ideation. For many years, when I heard this thing, it was like suicide idealization for me. Then I understood it's like a thinking about dying, and I was like, a bummer again. It is a bummer, because I'm fully in the camp of like suicide idealization. Um, So let's start from the beginning. For the longest time, I didn't I didn't understand like death was an option. As in not in a way that like, oh, I didn't understand death was real until I saw something. I mean, to a degree that just has to be true because I was a fucking child, like I don't know, 3 years old, you don't understand what it is. um but I mean, for the longest time, I mean, like maybe kind of like late teenage years up until then, it was just something. I wouldn't make jokes about ADHD people like forgetting shit exists. Like I forgot something today completely. Just completely forgot that I started this thing, and like, oh, okay, I was just not there. So yeah, like death was just not a part of something I considered, and I had a lot of as a child. I spent a lot of time in hospitals. I was very sick. I experienced quite a lot of kind of pain and distress and just a lot of physical unpleasantness, and I'm putting it mildly. And yeah, it didn't kind of, my mind just didn't make the step that, oh, and I also can die. mm, it's just like it's as if I wasn't there. Very difficult to explain. I don't mean it in the sense that I was like, oh, like risky behavior, like you don't care about shit. No. I care about shit. I mean, I do risky behavior for other reasons, but it's not that. Really hard to explain that this concept is just not concepting, just completely not there. And then gradually, kind of, first I understood like, oh, it's a thing. It's like the ultimate experience that you're gonna have, and then it's gonna be the end of all experiences. Um, and it's and then it was like a thing. So this is something that exists. And that was like, I don't know, like 16, 17, 18, 19. So like in that kind of process, like, I don't know, let's say from 16 to like till 20, that was, I was in the process of that. And I was, for a few years, even after that, I was occupied with, oh, so like, but how does it work? So I kept trying to imagine, like, but like, how is it? Not in the sense that, not in the sense that, oh, I don't want it, or like, there wasn't like any stress kind of involved in the thinking. It was just like a puzzle that I'm trying to, but can I do something about it? And then the thinking would cause stress, and like, I think the brain just doesn't fucking like it, so I would get like physical effects, or I would still keep thinking. Mm. But that didn't kind of like, that didn't do anything, didn't do much. That's, I would say, up until like I was like 25, 26, 24, 25. Yeah, like there was 1 year when it became kind of more repetitive, and like, you shouldn't watch that many philosophy lectures. You shouldn't, like, don't touch philosophy anyway. Read some I don't know, um, shampoo bottles. Uh, so that was that period. Uh, I was kind of like just constantly trying to solve kind of like a paradox or something. And then it finally dawned on me that like it's not just an option, as in it's like it's an experience that's like it's entirely possible. And it's right there. It's like it's and it's gonna happen. Then it dawned on me like, ooh, like it's gonna happen to me, definitely. And also like, how do I fucking put it? Like it's accessible to me. Yeah, that's because it takes me and uh yeah, again, because of how people often talk about it, when I say like, oh, it's gonna happen to me, it's not this horror, oh, I'm also gonna die. It's more like, ooh, cool, I'm gonna get that too. So like this, people do that and I'm a person. Ooh, okay. I have this in all areas of life. And oftentimes I think I feel like, like you want to say like an alien, but I don't feel that I'm an alien. I'm just gonna fucking act like an alien. So, oh, okay, like people are getting these things and I know about them. So, okay, it exists. Like, yeah. But like, I never feel that it's accessible to me until I get it. I'm like, then, ooh, okay. So, huh, huh. Um, could be any kind of thing, could be positive, could be negative, could be like neutral, whatever. Like it's always this just doesn't connect there. But yeah, so when it dawned on me that, oh, I can get it, like I will get it, that was one of the most kind of like transformative experiences of my life. Because my childhood and my teenage years were just a fucking horror show. Again, not in the sense that, oh, like I suffered more than everyone else. I suffered more than I fucking agreed to suffer. Like I suffered more than I could. I suffered more than I wanted. It was just something that if I ever fucking catch a whiff of it again, I'm out. Like I will do whatever it takes for that situation not to repeat itself, because that was just completely unbearable and intolerable, and it just would fucking last. It's like being in pain all the time. And I don't mean like only physical pain, but I mostly mean just the experience of being a child and a teenager is just completely fucking horrible on so many levels for me. So about when I was about 25, I was like, oh wow, if only I had realized that like that can stop. Because when I was a child, I didn't realize that like it can stop. Like you can stop existing. For me, it just felt like a perpetual torture chamber. Like, and I couldn't like even my mind couldn't find any kind of, because death was not a concept. My mind couldn't find any fucking escape from there. So it's like this perpetual suffering. And then yeah, at about 25, I was like, shit. Like if only I had known. So even the like the real knowing of that it can happen, will happen. It's like that's a relief. And yeah, I started to realize around that time that I'm just so completely exhausted of being here. Like of being of being conscious, essentially. I first kind of, I think like at around 25, it just built up to the level where it was like every second. And since then, it was like, maths. There is an infinity between 1 and 2, so like every millisecond and every millisecond or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Um, so yeah, like let's say it was like every minute or something. Whereas before it might be like, oh, every hour, like, oh, every day, but like once a day. I feel that like I don't want to be. Uh, and so for some time before I was 25, I was kind of mostly, let's say, like negative and more negatively tinted experiences, uh, where I would feel just shit, like I'm out of everything. I don't have the strength or whatever I need to deal with this. I'm non-interactive. And then, yeah, at around 25, so gradually I started noticing that it's not only at those times, it could be like at fairly neutral times. And then, yeah, at around age 25, yeah, like positive experiences are not somehow, what is the word I'm looking for? There's this very nice verb that I'm looking for. No, it's gone. It's gone. Um, so yeah, positive experiences also deserve this shit. They're not excluded, of this feeling that I'm just tired of being, of like of all the aspects of cognition, or like of all the aspects of having a consciousness, like of all the aspects of having a psyche, so of like perceiving and kind of like processing and just feeling that I am I, or like every aspect, like crack open any fucking psychology book, or like I don't know what else studies this shit. All of it is tiring. It's so fucking draining. And I wanted to stop. And then I also had some experiences of the consciousness shrinking, or like passing out, for example, and then almost passing out, like a few of them kind of in a short period of time, relatively short period of time. And I was like, oh wow, can I have that? Before that, yeah, also before that, I was like, I could like exist in a state of dream, because in the state of dream, like with dreams, and like it was better, it was okay. But then, yeah, then I finally, like not finally, I eventually realized that I'm also exhausted in the dreams. So whatever self that I have in the dream is just also completely drained at the time of the dream, and when I'm waking up and when I'm remembering the dream, if I'm remembering the dream, and just whatever kind of like sparks of consciousness I have throughout the night, like realizing that I'm asleep or something, like it's just so fucking exhausting. So yeah, like I'm 37 now, so it's like 12 years of just dreaming about death. I read some kind of philosophy books about death. I listened to music about death. I watched some films about death. I watched this amazing series of lectures on YouTube about like the philosophy of death by some professor who was wearing what are they called, like this black and white sneakers, Converse kind of things. And yeah, it's just a thing that I think about every day, many times a day, mm, on different occasions, with no connection whatsoever to my emotional state or something. And if someone asks me at any given moment of like, well, like, do you want to die now? Not as in like, do you want to die? Like, do you want death to happen this second? Because usually people don't ask questions like that. They mean like, do you have this desire to like stop existing at the second? Like, I will say yeah every time. Yeah, like, please, please. Hmm. Yeah, like sometimes I have like, oh, this would be a good moment for me to like be hit by a bus or something, and then oh, this is a bit like this is a bit of an unfortunate moment because like what is gonna happen to the cats or something, or like, "Ooh, I will not get August." Better to have that in August, and yeah, sadly. Yeah, like this video comes with a massive trigger warning, so like I mean anyone who's bothered by this topic must have left by now. Like no one is watching it anyway, but just in case, and you're like hurt and distressed, just fucking leave. Eat some asparagus. Yeah, sadly, I don't get I think they're like divided into two categories. There is like passive suicidal ideation and I guess active suicidal ideation. um, so I only get passive. It's like, ooh, I mean, no, actually, I'm lying. But yeah, mostly passive. It's just roads. Like very often it's about roads. So like I can get hit by a car, or like I'm in the car and the cars crash all the time. So maybe it's gonna like, oh, the plane is just the best because like the car crash is a bit ugly, but the planes from what I know kind of promise more effective way of going. And then yeah, like cliffs and things like that, or like natural disasters. I'm like, okay, so that is an option that might happen, that can happen. So that's good. That can. I know it's like a lottery, if the lottery was somehow played kind of like by every citizen, even without their active participation. So there is just this option that you will, like, there are several occasions when you can get money that will, like, I don't know, help you somehow. So it can kind of like give you some solace, like, but okay, so this is possible. I can also happen to me. So this is how I perceive the idea of like accidental dying at any given moment. I'm like, please. um but yeah, but then like I guess the active suicidal ideation would be about planning things. So yeah, it's mostly about cliffs I've been staring down like tall buildings and cliffs and thinking, okay, so they exist, so that it is an option. Um, I don't enjoy the um, well, sadly it's a body, you know. So I don't enjoy the kind of the pain and whatever aspect of it because it must not be pleasant. If like I don't know if yeah, like getting your teeth extracted or like having some I don't know gut issues. It's not pleasant at all. So like something that uh, actively causes you to die, and you cannot choose, pretty much. That can be like extremely unpleasant. Like these words mean nothing compared to the that possibly like not possibly like presumably to that experience because I don't know. Um, but yeah, like I know it's not anything not anything nice. But it's like it's gonna happen anyway. Like, please, I'm so done with being here. For quite a few years, yeah, like again up until I think I was 25, there was this weird kind of mental expectation of my brain that like, oh, okay, so this is how this is. So we have this point of data, and like this is what can be. So like you expect something to start happening, kind of, and then nah. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, like there was some kind of anticipation of something, of kind of like of experience, a bit vague around the corners. Do I have something in this eye now? Uh, and it didn't start. And again, I'm not saying that. Oh, I'm so disappointed that this vague experience didn't start. I'm just saying that that expectation stopped. I don't have I don't have this, ooh, okay, let us figure it out. Like, what is this shit all about? So you're like, oh, this kind of curiosity, I guess. It's something like this drive of like, let's get it. Um, let's see what we can get. And now I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking see anything. And it's not about what I'm seeing, not about the options that I'm presented with. It's so hard to talk to people about it because they're like, but you can change your life. I don't want a life. I'm tired of seeing. At this point, like whatever fantasy option I can come up with, like the best of the best, the creme de la creme of like whatever ideal thing for like a mental for dumb mental like a experiment. I will get it. Let's say not possible, but I will get it. And I will say, oh, cool. Can I fucking go now? Like I'm kind of past my expiration date. It feels so. After some point, I'm rotting goods. There was something spinning there, and then it came to its to the end of its length, and it's just yeah, no, like I'm just tired of everything. Like I'm so fucking tired of existence. I suicide is also a very dumb fucking topic. I hate how it's I hate how it is dealt with as a topic. Like that lecture that I mentioned, it's on YouTube, presumably still. It's like Philosophy of Death by some Yale, I think, professor. I don't know. Google it if you want it. I'm talking to myself. Maybe I will Google it and watch it again, like 10, 12 years later. Like as in now, but that'll be 10 years later when after the first time. That was so refreshing to me because like the lecturers just fully acknowledged the existence of death, and they dealt with kind of the all the philosophical aspects of all kind of like the perception points and kind of like lies and delusions people can tell themselves about, and then the attitudes people have to them throughout the history, because it's like a very comprehensive lecture, like it's a series of lectures. And this is just not what you get in like in any in everyday life or in any like discussions of like death and suicide. There is always this kind of like this like, death is here, and people are like, ooh, like no, this Instagram model is something, and like, ooh, but like this election, and like, oh, it's so horrible, and like, pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice, and the cyclists, and egg prices. So there is always this kind of like, hello guys, I'm right here, I'm death. So I've been collecting things that just like stare at it directly. So like, oh, this is a real experience. Then we need to acknowledge, so like, let's look at it. And then I'm forced to understand to a degree that like it causes distress to many people. And also there is this, maybe it's not their death, it's like the death of like some other people that they care about. Like there is some kind of like there is some sickness in their family, or like their friend died, or like they committed suicide or something. This is trigger warning kind of content. And I understand, yeah, like, okay, like you have like an intense reaction to that, so, and I don't want like I have no beef with you. I don't want to hurt you on purpose. And one like since I know this information now, like me just blurting it out would be kind of hurting you on purpose, or like disregarding at least you on purpose. So I'm like, yeah, I understand, but like that's the door. Please leave. Can I now have a space where I can deal with my feelings, or like maybe some other people also want to be in that in this space, in this whole psychology. I think it's like psychology, like not even like psychotherapy kind of take on like suicide is never an option, which is very close to censorship. So also suicide is a very censored topic, and this one I just don't even, I won't even touch because I don't understand. Because then like this is trigger warning is not censorship, they're different. I can feel it. Censorship is some other like taboo essential. I don't get it. Like I know that I'm not equipped. What is the preposition with for? I'm not equipped. I cannot deal with this. Like, so, but it is there, and it's this the whole censorship kind of mentality around death and suicide, and it just blocks the ways of thinking that I want to engage in with this topic. And then this constant like consolation and like, oh, take care of your mental health, and like suicide is never an option, like call this hotline and everything. And it's so bad that people like the suicide is so prevalent among this and that group and everything. And again, I understand, because it's about life being shitty. Actually, this whole section is about life being hard and shitty and painful, and it's about like, can we make this life a bit better? So it's the social justice kind of thing. I understand, like, okay, I'm even gonna participate, and I'm even gonna put aside my love affair with death, but like, can we talk about it? Can we think about it as an option, actually? It's not bad. It's just it's absolutely neutral. The lack of experience itself is absolutely neutral. The dying process is not neutral. Yeah, sadly. So maybe we should actually address that. But it's so unhelpful, and I've been like, for many years I've been like finding these little pieces of like what I need about the suicide and death in general, and they're very hard to come by. The topic that especially just annoys me so much, and like, this is with like no disrespect to anyone, that like there seems to be this notion, and from what I can gather it is true, that like, suicide is not to be taken lightly, and like people who commit suicide, they're not just like, oh, what should I do, like, should I eat a piece of melon or should I kill myself? Oh, I guess I kill myself. It involves a great deal of suffering prior to that. But like, I'm one of you, and like I empathize with the suffering, but I really want to figure out how people do that. And it's a very like, it's stupid, it's just so ridiculous. And it's very sad, and like, somehow very sad and very ironic at the same time, that you cannot talk to people who committed suicide. They're dead. You cannot talk to dead people. And like, the people who died of other causes, that's just, you just have to wait. And you're gonna get there, and like, there's gonna be, you're not gonna be, that's it. But the suicide people, like, fuck, it's always too late to ask them questions. And I knew this, I knew a person online, and we occasionally talked, like very rarely, maybe once a year or something. And we made jokes about the queen, um, and like British things, and we talked about just mm, life, life being suffering. And then one day, like out of the blue, this person's, I think, father contacted me, not only me personally, many other people who that individual talked to, and it was very hard for me to figure out like what's going on. But yeah, that person is dead, and judging by the way people talked about it, and judging by what I saw, like that guy committed suicide. And like I've been thinking about this person ever since. He was not ever like a big part of my life. It was just really okay, very occasional conversations that lasted for like an hour, and then that's it. And I'm like, ooh, you held the keys to the to knowledge. Like, how did you do that? The only people you can talk to are like the people with botched suicide attempts. But it's like I'm not sure these are the same two populations actually. Mm, there probably some overlap. It's like a scale. So there is one like some kind of mental emotional state, internal state that leads to people attempting suicide and failing. And then there is some other kind of internal state that makes people attempt suicide and succeed, like ensure that they succeed. There is some overlap, I think, but I feel there are quite a lot of people who they cannot supply me with the information from their end because they don't have that information. Like I don't want to botch suicide. I have too much stuff to do as it is. I don't want that. That's very why I'm saying this is like this is one of the biggest topics in my brain. I've been fucking thinking about it. And I've gone around it in many, many ways. And I just cannot find it's like executive dysfunction thing that I finally got today. Because I noticed it in me, like, oh, so that's what you meant. It's like, the classic example. Some shit is on the floor. I need to pick up the shit. And that's it. You just do whatever and it can be there for 3 months. So the suicide feels kind of like that to me. So I cannot find what are the steps that I take? And I'm like, I do, shit, no, not here. And then like I try to read, like to find some information about it, which is very hard because of censorship and of this mentality of like preventing suicide and like things like that. So like, there is no information, but there is still some, because when people talk about preventing suicide, God, please leave if you're bothered. Just like I keep thinking about some people who are horrified by this, and like, just like, you don't have to be here. Not in the. I mean, you also don't have to be anywhere, yeah. But like, you have to listen to me. I have to consider my point. I have to do this. This is my thing. I'm not laughing at anyone, and I'm not trying to like mock anyone or disrespect anyone. I'm just this is what I need to process. So when people talk about preventing the suicides and like the mental health, there is this big link with like suffering and just extreme mental states. So I'm like, ooh, okay. So if other people, presumably, like as the evidence shows, do that in some kind of altered mental states, like very emotional or something, emotionally dysregulated. So like, how do I get in that state if it's like a necessary step? Because my emotionally dysregulated, very painful mental states, I don't like. There is never this like, oh, okay, so like I should do that. So like, I go do that. I cannot find the. I know there is. I know the door is there. I don't think I see the door, and like, yeah, like it's, yeah, like I know the door is there, but I don't see the door, and I'm desperately looking for the key, but I don't know what the door looks like and what the lock looks like. So that's so yeah, I'm also trying to like, what does the door look like? Like, what opens it? Is it an like? Is it actually an option for my brain? Because like, if not, I'm fucking screwed. I'm fucking screwed. I'm 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 petting my cat now, and the other one is trying to play with this pen that I'm using to pet my first cat, and I want to do things that I do, like, and I want the things that I want. Desires form perfectly, and my kind of like reward system is working perfectly. There's like, oh, like I get the motivation for doing shit, or like experiencing shit or whatever. I'm a very happy person actually. I have suffered a lot, and I have a lot of kind of like, for the lack of a better word, like trauma, um, wounds. I have a lot of wounds. Uh, but it's fine. Like, they're all mine, and I'm like, I am happy. But there is always this undercurrent of like, yeah, it's cool, but what would be even cooler is just not to be. Because I'm fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired of being. Hello, cat. So yeah, I've been wondering, is it like, I have had some discussions with people about this topic, and because people are doing this, pumpkin spice, they are acting as if it doesn't happen, and like as if it doesn't exist. They're just blocking it out of their mind. So when you bring it up, and you say like I I would like one, please. They're like, no, 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 you wouldn't, because like no one does. But people do. People do because they do that, and they have done so since the dawn of history. And there are some prerequisites for that, yeah, apparently. Presumably, I don't know, but like some mental states that are required for that. And I like whatever, like healthy people don't want to get to that states, like to those states or something. That's maybe whatever. I really want to know, like, is it an option for everyone? Like, is every brain capable of forming, like every psyche, every brain capable of forming this mental state that inevitably leads to just to disappearing or not? I want that piece of knowledge. Can I have it? I don't know. Like I haven't found it in here yet. I only have this passive suicidal ideation of like, yeah, I can be hit by a bus, so I'll take one, please. Hey, you're so sweet. So stupid. It's sweet. Yeah, now I'm so I formulated this long ago. This is just a piece of knowledge that I have had for 12 years. Long time. Yes. But yeah, now I understood I'm autistic. So I don't have a typical brain. And probably the type of brain that I have is very underrepresented in like these little tiny nuggets of information that I get about this topic. So now I need to ask like dead autistic people who committed suicide, how did they manage? Like how did they succeed? And like I can I cannot talk to them either, even though we are autistic and like we're the same, we're of the same blood or whatever. And I'm thinking about like, I'm also thinking about burnout. So, because I don't get it. I don't get what it is. Like, please explain. uh, could it? Is this burnout? It's so hard because that the burnout is connected in the speeches that people give, and like it's the right. Um, I'm not kind of complaining and criticizing anyone and like saying that they should speak differently. I'm not finding what I need in there. So they're connected to like masking and like trying to push through and everything. And I'm like, first of all, I don't understand that either. So it's like two, three, four words that I don't get. Like one leading to the other. Like, okay, I haven't learned this language yet. And also, I'm like, where I do understand something, but it doesn't apply here. So I'm like, is it that like this verb? If I just very fucking confusing. But I'm thinking about like if this can be considered burnout, doesn't have to be tied to like masking and trying to like live in a neurotypical society and like the expectations and the trauma and the bullying and this whole psychotherapy adjacent thing that I'm not a big fan of. I will admit, even though like more power to you, have it. Those who want it can keep it. Does it necessarily have to be attributed to that, or like is this just a feature of the brain? Because there is a lot of information about just the increased kind of input that autistic brains process. And is it just like an inevitable outcome? Not like evitable outcome, but a possible outcome of just like, I'm tired of like sensing, and I'm tired of processing, and I'm tired of thinking and like experiencing, and just again like every aspect of like having a psyche and cognition. I'm tired of all of that. Could it be it's just like not a feature, it's a bug? But could it be that it's just like a very possible, very possible what state that this kind of brain can take? Because it kind of feels like it is. Which is like, I guess, not a very cheerful ending for this one, but it's a grave kind of video. Now I can have some melon to celebrate life and everything and healing. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I've talked long enough.